Welcome to the Aging Parent Playbook, the podcast that empowers adult children of aging parents to navigate the complexities of caregiving, family dynamics, and senior care with confidence. I'm Dr. Barbara Sparacino, a triple board certified psychiatrist and coach, here to guide you through real-world strategies and expert advice to help your loved ones age with dignity while protecting your own well-being. Whether you're new to caregiving or have been at it for years, this playbook is for you. Let's dive in to today's episode. Hello, and welcome back to the Aging Parent Playbook. I'm your host, Dr. Barbara Sparacino, and today's episode is for all the caregivers out there, the people who are dedicating their time, energy, and hearts to caring for their aging parents. You are truly unsung heroes, but caregiving can take a toll on you. It's emotionally, physically, and mentally demanding, and if you're not careful, you can burn out. Today, we're talking about a topic that is often overlooked, but is so critical: preventing caregiver burnout. Caring for yourself is just as important as caring for your parent, and I'm here to help you find that balance. I'll be sharing strategies and self-care practices that can help you manage your caregiving responsibilities without losing sight of your own needs. Before we dive into how to prevent burnout, let's take a moment to talk about what caregiver burnout actually is. Caregiver burnout is a state of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion that can come from the constant stress of caregiving. It's more than just feeling tired. Burnout can lead to feelings of helplessness, frustration, and even resentment toward the very people you're trying to help. Some signs that you might be experiencing caregiver burnout include feeling constantly overwhelmed or anxious, losing interest in activities you used to enjoy, becoming irritable or impatient with your parent or others around you, experiencing changes in your sleep or eating habits, feeling isolated or disconnected from family and friends, having trouble concentrating or remembering things. If any of this sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone. Caregiver burnout is incredibly common, but the good news is that there are steps you can take to prevent it. Let's talk about those now. The first step in preventing burnout is acknowledging that you have limits. You can't do it all, and you certainly can't do it all alone. Many caregivers feel guilty about needing help, but caregiving isn't a one-person job, especially when you're balancing your own family, work, and personal life. Set clear boundaries. Decide what you can and can't handle. Be honest with yourself about your time, energy, and emotional capacity. It's okay to say no when something is beyond your limits. Communicate your boundaries. Once you know your limits, communicate them to your family, siblings, and even your parent. For example, you might say, I can help with appointments and medication, but I need assistance with meal prep or house cleaning. Be specific with your requests. Don't be afraid to ask for help, but make your requests specific. Instead of saying, I need help with mom, say, can you take mom to her physical therapy appointments on Tuesday? This makes it easier for others to step in and know exactly how to assist. Setting these boundaries doesn't make you a bad caregiver. It makes you a more effective one. When you protect your own energy, you'll be better able to support your parent in the long run. Next up is self-care. And I know what you're thinking. How can I prioritize self-care when I'm busy with the caregiving? But here's the thing. Self-care isn't selfish. It's necessary. You cannot care for someone if you're running on empty. Self-care doesn't mean grand gestures like a spa day or a week-long vacation. Although if you can manage that, go for it. But even small, intentional practices can make a huge difference. Here are some practical self-care strategies for busy caregivers. Take regular breaks. Even if it's just 10 minutes to sit quietly, read a book, or go for a short walk, schedule time in your day to step away from caregiving. Maintain your hobbies. Don't lose sight of the things that bring you joy, whether it's painting, gardening, or cooking. Carve out time for activities that fill you up. Stay connected with friends. Isolation can be a major factor in burnout. Make time to grab coffee with a friend or have a phone call with someone who understands what you're going through. Exercise regularly. Physical activity is one of the best ways to manage stress. Even 15 to 20 minutes of light exercise, like walking, yoga, or stretching, can boost your mood and energy levels. Practice mindfulness or meditation. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded and present in the moment. There are plenty of free meditation apps and YouTube videos you can use to get started. Remember, these small acts of self-care add up over time. Taking care of yourself is one of the most important things you can do as a caregiver. Another key to preventing burnout is learning to ask for and accept help. Many caregivers feel they need to do everything on their own, but that's simply not sustainable. Here are some ways to get the help you need. Family support. Don't hesitate to involve your siblings or other relatives in caregiving. Even if they live far away, they can help with things like managing finances, organizing paperwork, or calling your parent regularly. Community resources. Look into community services like meal delivery, adult daycare programs, and transportation services for seniors. These services can provide a break for you while ensuring your parent is well taken care of. Professional caregivers. If your parent's needs are too much to handle alone, consider hiring a professional caregiver, even if it's just for a few hours a week. This can give you the time and space to recharge. Respite care. Many communities offer respite care services that provide temporary relief for caregivers. This could be anything from a few hours to a weekend of professional care, giving you a much needed break. It's important to remember that asking for help isn't a sign of failure. In fact, it's one of the smartest things you can do to protect your well-being and ensure your parent receives the best possible care. Caregiving can feel isolating at times, but it doesn't have to be. Building a strong support system can make all the difference in your caregiving journey. Join a caregiver support group. Whether in person or online, support groups are an excellent way to connect with other caregivers who are going through similar experiences. Sharing your challenges, learning from others, and receiving emotional support can lighten the burden. Lean on friends and family. Don't keep your struggles to yourself. Reach out to friends, neighbors, or relatives who might not be directly involved in caregiving but can still offer a listening ear or helping hand. Therapy or counseling. Talking to a therapist can be incredibly beneficial for managing the emotional toll of caregiving. If you're feeling overwhelmed, a professional can help you process your feelings and develop coping strategies. You don't have to do this alone. Building a network of people who understand and support you can be a lifeline when caregiving gets tough. And this is one of the reasons why I created and developed the Aging Parent Program. Finally, I want to encourage you to keep perspective. Caregiving is hard. It's okay to acknowledge that, but it's also important to celebrate the small wins along the way. Maybe today you were able to get your parent to take their medication without a fuss, or perhaps you managed to get them to an appointment on time. These moments, though they may seem small, are victories, and they deserve to be recognized. Keeping a gratitude journal can help shift your focus from the stress of caregiving to the positive aspects of it. Take a few minutes each day to write down something you're grateful for, whether it's related to caregiving or not. This simple practice can help improve your mood and outlook. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with one final thought. You can't be an effective caregiver if you're running on empty. Preventing caregiver burnout isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about making sure that you, as a caregiver, are well enough to provide the best care possible for your parent while also taking care of yourself. Remember to set boundaries, prioritize your own needs, ask for help when you need it, and lean on your support system. Caregiving is a marathon, not a sprint. And the more you care for yourself, the better equipped you'll be to handle the ups and downs of this journey. Thank you for tuning into the Aging Parent Playbook today. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe and leave a review and share it with others who might benefit from the information. I'd love to hear about your own caregiving experiences, so feel free to reach out to me directly. Until then, I'm Dr. Barbara Sparacino, reminding you to take care of yourself while you care for others. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Aging Parent Playbook. I hope you found the information useful and empowering. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And don't forget to share it with someone who could benefit from this playbook too. For more tips, resources, and details about my coaching program, The Aging Parent Plan, visit my website at theagingparentcoach.com. Until next time, remember, you don't have to navigate this journey alone. We're in this together. The content shared on the Aging Parent Playbook is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical, legal, or financial advice. Always consult with a qualified professional regarding your specific situation. Listening to this podcast does not establish a doctor-patient relationship. Any opinions shared are my own and do not reflect those of any organization I'm affiliated with.